Hey guys, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought as we are approaching the end of 2020 at last, I think we'll all be happy to see it gone, but I thought it would be fun to do a roundup of my favourite games for this year. Now obviously it's been a bit of a weird year for gaming, as a lot of things have been put on hold or delayed. But despite that, I think it's still been a very good year for gaming, and we still had a lot of good games come out that we've been able to enjoy throughout this weird and crazy year. So yeah, I have a little pile here, and even if I don't mention a game in this that is not my favourite game for this year, I've still played more games. I just thought I would pick a select few that I have like pretty much enjoyed the most this year, and I know my taste in games is very selective. Like there are a lot more games out that have come out this year that have been like truly amazing, but yeah, I am mainly a Nintendo girl. I mainly play games on the Switch and stuff. There is actually one PS4 game in here which I will be talking about first, which you can probably guess what that is, but yeah, my choice in games is very selective, so bear that in mind when I'm showing you this list. So in no particular order, so yes, the first game we have is Persona 5 Royal. This came out in March, weirdly. So I have a little story, but so yeah, this is just the regular Steelbook edition. Just give you a little look. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, I love Steelbooks. I also have the special Steelbook for Persona 5 as well. Oh gosh. It's so pretty. Like, I know not everybody here is a Persona fan, but my god, like, I was so excited for this game. It was well worth the wait. Got a little special Joker card in there, so yeah. Whilst I stop gushing over the Steelbook version, so yes, I got this version. We actually had, me and Steven, we had a pre-order in with game for the like special Phantom Thieves edition that was due to come out. This came out, it was either on Steven's birthday, which is March 31st, or like just before, so we were very excited to get that. Yeah, we had a pre-order in with game. Unfortunately, the good old pandemic kicked off around then, so that obviously impacted some things. I don't know what happened with games. They were just like, we can't get the stock, and we were like, okay, so we just didn't get it. I put a deposit down in my local game. I never got that back. They did refund us like all £10 on our like wallet game card, which is fair enough, but I was very disappointed, like very disappointed, because they just said we can't get it, and you know, other places still managed to get stocks and stuff. So I was like, what? Like, what happened? Did they all just like get abducted by aliens? Yeah. So that was kind of sad, because that came with like a soundtrack and everything, and like those versions, if that's a game you really like, are really hard to come by. So yeah, it's not like I could just go online and buy it somewhere else, because by that point it was sold out everywhere else, and I literally had that pre-ordered for months and months and months. So yeah, that was a bit sad, but we still got the cool Steelbook version, so that's alright. We will settle for that for now. So yeah, P5R, if you don't know, Persona 5 Royal is kind of like, not a remake, but it's like a little upgrade from the original P5 game. There's like some extra story stuff, some extra modes, that sort of thing. There are new characters. Obviously Kasumi, she's like the main, like new extra main protagonist in the game. I love her so much. Like, if I ever get to like cosplay again, I'm cosplaying Kasumi, or at least somebody from the Phantom Thieves, because this game has literally stolen my heart, like no pun intended. But yeah, Persona 5 and just taken my whole heart. Like, I've always loved the Persona series, but like especially P5, it's really taken my heart. And yeah, me and Steven have like, we have this weird thing, we like constantly just want to like replay Persona 5, just because it's such an, we just love it so much, and sometimes you just like playing a really nice like familiar game. So yeah, if you're, obviously I feel like most P5 fans probably have already picked this up, but you know, if you're still wanting to try out Persona 5, then I really recommend getting P5R. It would like, it will, if you want a game that's going to take your time up, like this is that. It literally took me over like 100 hours to complete it regular P5 too. So yeah, this is a good game for if you're stuck at home during good old lockdown. Now we're moving on to a little pile of Switch games. So yes, these are kind of like my rest of my favourites for this year. Yeah, I mainly literally did just buy Switch games. Didn't really mean to, just this is where my interests mainly lie at the moment in terms of gaming. So yes, in no particular order, I'm just going to go off the top. So the first one we obviously have is Animal Crossing. We all saw this coming. This game has been like pretty much a lifesaver for like a lot of us during this crazy year. When it started up, when it first came out in March, my god, like I think we were all like addicted with a capital A. Like this game literally consumed us, and I was kind of happy for that because we all needed like a big distraction. And obviously Animal Crossing we had been waiting for like months, and I know we all got really scared that it was somehow going to get delayed even more because of what was going on. Thankfully not. We were blessed with Animal Crossing just before everything started and everything closed down, so we had this to see us through like a few months. And like I kind of want to make a whole video going in depth about like, not a review, but things I love like dislike about New Horizons, because obviously like it's had not controversies, but you know, there are a lot of big differences in this game compared with other Animal Crossing games that have come out. And like obviously, you know, we were very highly anticipating this to be like completely perfect because they'd been working on it for so long and they had like delayed it so much. So you know, there was a lot of like pressure for it to be like 10 out of 10, and like it is, you know, an amazing game. But like if you're a long-term Animal Crossing fan, there are some things that still need changing and tweaking, I think. And I'm really happy that they're doing like the updates every so often with like events and stuff like that for certain like holidays and stuff. I think that's really good. It's nice to have those to look forward to, and I'm glad they weren't just all dumped in a game at once, otherwise it feels a bit like overwhelming and such, which is what it would be like in past AC games. So I'm glad that we always have like something to come back to kind of like refresh us, because I think a lot of us have got to the point where we're feeling like pretty burnt out from the game, including me, so we're not really playing as much, which is fine. Like it's hard to play a game, you know, for hours a day, months and months straight. Like with anything in life, you'll come to a point where you just need a break, so I think that's fine. But despite that, Animal Crossing will always like hold a dear place in my heart and be one of my favourite games ever. It just brings so much like comfort and joy, and it really was like it honestly couldn't have come out at a better time. Next up we have an interesting one, and it is 51 worldwide games. Now this came out in the summertime, and I remember seeing the trailer for it and I was like, that looks quite fun. And then Stephen picked it up for us because, I don't know, we just thought it could be fun to play together. And yeah, as I think I said in my favourite video, we have been very addicted to Paul. Yes, Paul is our favourite thing to play on this. We really like Paul. I remember when we went to Centre Park last year, in the like house we stayed in, there was like a pool table and we loved it so much. It was so fun. Obviously we cannot fit a pool table in our flat, so you know, maybe one day, but for now it on the Switch will suffice. It's just a really fun game to pick up and play if you want to just, you know, kill half an hour or an hour. It's great to play with like family and friends. They have like, it has like a local play as well, so I just like grab my Switch and I play with Steven, because obviously we don't really need 2 copies in the house. The only thing I wish is that like if you're playing together on the Switch, because there is 2-player, you have to play with Joy-Cons, and we don't really like that because I've got a Lite, but Steven's Joy-Cons are unfortunately have succumbed to good old Joy-Con drift, so we can't really use them right now. And I do wish it would allow you to use a controller, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Like even, you know, even if we don't play Portal, there's like 1,000,000,001, you know, there's 51 other games. Steven had a phase where he was very addicted to Patience. That was quite funny. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just a nice game to zone out with. Sometimes, you know, you don't always want like a super intense JRPG, so I think that's good for times like that. And I think this would make a really good like family game over Christmas. The next game we have is Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE. Now I haven't actually yet gotten to finish this. This came out in January. Oh my god, it's only been a whole year. Wow. I got this for my birthday this year. I turned 24. Oh my god, I'm 25 in 2 months. Help me. Yeah, I was so excited for this because this is actually like a port from the Wii U, and I really loved it. It's like a crossover between Persona and Fire Emblem, so if you like any of those series, this is like the best of both worlds. It's got a really fun story. I love the characters, I love the design, I like the fact that, you know, it plays like a Persona game. That's probably my favourite part of it. So yeah, I actually really need to go back and finish this because I was really enjoying it. So yeah, if you are into JRPGs, I think you would really like this. The next game we have is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. Now, I remember seeing the reveal trailer for this. I have a reaction to it back on my channel if you want to like go back to, I think, again, January time. Yeah, I cried when they like showed the trailers. I couldn't believe it that this was coming to Switch. Like, even if it's just like a port of Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team, like, my god. But Mystery Dungeon, I want to do like a whole video just talking about Mystery Dungeon and why I love it so much, because it's my favourite like spin-off Pokemon game besides the main series, and I will never understand why people hate Mystery Dungeon. Like, I get it's not, you know, it isn't for everyone, not everybody likes dungeon crawlers, but it's the story that just really like encaptures my heart. Like, the stories are so, you know, different from like the mainline games, and I don't know, it's just it just always has my heart, and it was just so nice to go back and play this on the Switch, you know, because the originals came out such like literally 15 years ago now. So, and I also loved the like new and fresh art style. It was really nice and well done. The music, like, it still held up to what it felt like when we first played the game all those years ago. So yeah, obviously I expect most Mystery Dungeon fans would have already got like picked this up, but I really hope they make ports of the other ones. My personal favourites are Explorers of Time, Darkness and Sky, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we eventually see those on the Switch, because that would make me so happy. My god. But yeah, I pretty much have finished this. I just need to do like Sky Tower and Rayquaza, but then like Animal Crossing came out and distracted me. So yeah, hence why I haven't finished it yet, but I'm actually try and complete this by the end of the year. I have 2 more games I want to talk to you about. The first one being obviously Pokemon Sword and Shield, but isn't the games themselves, but it is the DLC. I had talked about it a bit in my last video, but yes, the DLC, oh my gosh, that came as a big surprise to me how much I'm actually enjoying it. I only got the DLC when the Crown Tundra came out a little while ago, because I was just kind of waiting out, because I was most excited for the Crown Tundra, and my god, it did not disappoint. To me, the DLC has personally like saved the game for me, because besides that, I wasn't interested anymore. Like, I'd completed it, I didn't really have any need to pick this up and play it again. I was quite disappointed at how little I was, you know, I enjoyed it when I played it, but after that I just didn't really have any need to play it anymore. And yeah, the DLC has really changed that for me. I love doing Dynamax adventures. I love I'm still obviously catching all the legendary Pokemon in it. I haven't quite finished the story stuff yet, because I've just been so freaking addicted to Dynamax adventures, like we all have been. It's a really fun way to shiny hunt. It's quite refreshing as such. And I still got the Isle of Armor to play, so I know that's going to be keeping me busy for quite a while. I know a lot of people have been on the fence about whether the DLC is worth getting. Let me tell you, it 100% is. It may seem quite steep for the price, but they're obviously not. That is kind of like the remake. It isn't the like price of a full Switch game, so yeah, it is definitely worth getting, 100%. The last game that has been kind of like in my top favourite games of 2020 is Hatsune Miku Project Diva DX. Now, I don't have a copy of this to show you because I have it downloaded on my Switch. The physical copies only came out in Japan. I actually have the Japanese version. I haven't bought the English version, which is only downloadable just because I haven't seen the need to yet. I am a massive lover of the Project Diva games. Like, they are one of my favourite games of all time. Like I first played it back on the Vita. I played Hatsune Miku. It was the second one that came out when I first got my Vita, literally like 6 years ago now. It's been a good while having my Vita for, and I don't know why, before then I wasn't really into rhythm games at all, and I like totally sucked at them. Like Steven looks at me and he's like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know, like they aren't easy games to play, but personally I like them because I can really focus on them, and I find it very hard to play a lot of games right now because my concentration is just doesn't exist, so my brain is like everywhere. But rhythm games, you have to like constantly, like if you even glance away, like you're gonna do really badly, so hence why I like them so much. I also really like the Persona rhythm games on PS4 as well. But yes, there were a new one came out on Switch, Hatsune Miku Mega Mix, and me being impatient, I got the Japanese version because I just didn't want to wait. It came out in February, but we didn't even have a release date for the English version yet. It came out in May eventually, but obviously by that point I was like knee deep in AC, so I was quite happy that I got it back in February and I had some time to play before like AC and stuff that came out. Like the beginning of the year was pretty crammed for games for me, and then it's been kind of quiet since. And some of you may be asking, Katie, can you even read Japanese? Not really, but when you've played every single game in the series, you kind of know the layout and like what the menus look like, and it's not hard. It's really not hard. I've played it in the arcades in Japan as well. Like it's really not hard to work out whatsoever. Like there are a few things I'm like, oh, but it's not too hard at all. And I mean, the songs are in Japanese as well. So yeah, I don't know, like I know Vocaloid and rhythm games aren't for like everyone, but personally I just really love the songs and the music and the characters, and it's a good fun game to play sometimes. And also you can actually now buy like the proper, when you go in the arcades, obviously you have like the buttons on the arcade machine, you can actually buy that for like your Switch. So unfortunately it's quite expensive, but I really hope one day I can get there and like hook it up to a PC and stuff, because that would be like the most amazing thing ever to try and recreate the arcades like in your house, because I miss that so much. So I hope you enjoyed me talking about my favourite games for 2020. Obviously there's a lot of Switch games, but that's just been what I've been mainly buying this year. Obviously we've just had the PS5 come out. I'm not going to be getting one just yet, not at least until there's a game that I really want. So hopefully next year the PS5 comes out with some good releases. That means I can finally get one, as I've been seeing like a lot of my friends buying one. I'm like, I'm quite jealous, but I can't really justify one just yet. Let me know what your favourite games are for this year in the comments down below, and I hope you are doing well, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.